Now we are here in Baringo on a community mobilization activity to link the Kiboi Irrigation Scheme Water Users Association with the Kaptiony Dam community. We had also come to handle the Kaptiony-Kiboi nexus to see how the two link up and function, because they are in two separate places. And how do we ensure that the two communities are working together harmoniously, that they are able to all of them benefit?
Kuna kitu inaitwa environmental conservation. Pia kuna bill yake hapo ndani ambayo inasema kwa nini tunajenga check dam. Ni kwa sababu kwa sasa ukiangalia catchment ni mahali maji inatoka. Mahali maji inakusanyika ndio ikuja wapi? Kwa dam zetu. Hiyo catchment ukiangalia kwa sababu ya hali ya vile watu wanatumia mazingara kuna uwezekano mkubwa wameharibu, na kwa hivyo kuna component ambayo inatakiwa kupimiwa.
Now, Kiboi Irrigation Scheme is one of the schemes that is being funded through a loan from African Development Bank. The scheme infrastructure is already developed and water can flow to the farms. But the challenge is that the water from the river where the intake is not adequate to facilitate all the farms to do crop production via irrigation. So again, we looked for a way out to resolve this issue, and it was found suitable and necessary to have a dam that would hold water and be able to supplement the water from Yeptos River that supplies water to the irrigation scheme.
And that water dam is going to support farm communities and farmers from Kiboi Irrigation Scheme, from Barwesa scheme, from Iwati scheme, and also the community around the water dam upstream and downstream.
It was necessary that we establish a committee, the Kaptiony-Kiboi Footbridge Dam Water Users Association, which today we have launched. And this WUA of Kaptiony is linked to Kiboi irrigation water users.
Now, besides doing the formal linkage, what we intend to do is also to just establish the status of the community institutions for all the projects in Baringo County that have been funded by the loan. This includes the Irrigation Water Users Association of Kiboi, the Water Users Association of the many water ponds and boreholes, and livestock sale yards and pastures and hay sheds. So we wanted to get an overview of the status of these associations in terms of, are they formed? Do they have members who are registered? Do they have committees in place? And we have a specific interest to know what positions are held by women in the executive committees of these community institutions, and do they have bylaws or constitutions in place, and are they registered or are they formalized?
During this period of this exercise, we have been able to form the community management committee for the construction of the water dam, and we believe that if they are able to take up the roles that have been assigned to them, they will be able to oversee the constructions to ensure that they understand the roles in operation and maintenance, the roles in environmental management, and also the executive committee that has been formed and elected will be able to oversee the construction of the water dam. Kazi nyingine ya chair person ama mwenye kuongoza kamati ni kuhakikisha mikutano inaitana, na hiyo mikutano lazima iwe na agenda.
We intend to hold a baraza that involves the beneficiaries of Kaptiony-Kiboi Footbridge Dam. Of course, these ones include the Kiboi Water Users Association. There's another scheme called IWET, which is likely to get part of this water because they draw water from Yeptos River, which is the river that will still be used to harness water for the dam. So IWET scheme representatives will be in the baraza. We also will invite the representatives from Baringo irrigation scheme, which is also drawing water from the Yeptos River. And then we will also expect to have the communities around the dam, Kaptiony area, both the upstream and downstream farmers, because they have key roles to play. Particularly the upstream farmers, they have a key role to play in ensuring that there is environmental conservation that will ensure that we don't have siltation in the dam due to upstream activities.
The water dam is expected to cover an irrigation area of 400 acres in Kiboi irrigation scheme, 272 in Baringo scheme, and 150 acres in IWET scheme. The water will also be used by the communities around the scheme for domestic use.
The objective here is to ensure that we form a water users association for the dam, separate from Kiboi, separate from IWET, and separate from Baringo, because the users here are many and with diverse interests, and those interests must be included when we are forming the association, and also when we are identifying leaders who will represent the interests of all those different stakeholders that I have mentioned. So in that baraza, we are hoping that after sensitizing them on the importance of having a body that helps them utilize the dam effectively and efficiently, then they can elect their respective representatives from among themselves. And then these representatives, we will have a session with them where they will elect officials of the different committees and subcommittee. Specifically the executive committee of the association. We will also have an operation and maintenance subcommittee with representatives from all the stakeholders. We will also have a subcommittee on environmental management and a subcommittee on conflict management, because there are likely to be issues where they're not agreeing, and then these committee members will be able to help resolve their issues.
This activity we have had today of linking Kiboi water users and the Kaptiony, the Kiboi irrigation water users and Kaptiony Footbridge water users was necessary, and indeed with the backup from the project coordinating unit, I want to say that time was not wasted, and at our level in the county we feel really tested, and as a county staff we feel that we need to rediscover our strengths so that we ensure that the committee, and once the project is complete, the aspect of sustainability, the aspect of minimizing conflicts will not arise. So I think this activity was really indeed necessary to put in place the mechanism which we have put today, including installing the committee and ensuring that the committee are capacity built to understand their roles, to be able to deliver and operate successfully.
We are also inviting the local leaders, that is the area chiefs, because this dam serves beneficiaries from two different sub-locations. So we have the two sub-chiefs present. We will have the chief of the area present. We are also inviting the ward admin and the assistant county commissioner to help us manage the expectations of the communities and come up with an institution that will effectively run the use of the dam. Now, once we have these officials in place, we intend to train them on their roles so that everybody leaves knowing what they are going to do and with what timelines. And once that is cleared, then we'll help them, guide them come up with an action plan with the timelines and responsibilities so that they can also mobilize for membership, they can mobilize for registration, and then develop their constitution and bylaws, and then register effectively and be able to run their affairs. And we are hoping by doing that, they will also be able to be linked up with the contractor and the resident engineer and support the contractors with whatever is required of the beneficiary communities as a contribution.
The crops that are earmarked for production from these irrigation schemes are mainly vegetables and other high-value crops that will get market to ensure that it maintains the sustainability of the irrigation scheme for the communities to improve their livelihoods. It's a major project because it's going to cost around 588 million to construct the main dam and also a check dam, and with a capacity of around 500 million cubic meters, which will be quite an amount of water that can boost agricultural production in this area and can improve the livelihoods of the communities around this area in Barwesa ward, which is in Baringo North sub-county and Baringo County.
We have been trained. Most of us have been in most of the committees in our area. They are very common here. I think this one will be our test, whether we can deliver or not. Because if you can be in many committees and you don't deliver, why are you supposed to be elected? So for this one, because we are there, all administration are in this project. Let us test this one. And this one is concerning water. Water is life. So we'll do our best to make sure the project will continue as planned.